Hello everybody, hi, welcome back to Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, a special occasion today. So we're going to do some old style, old school episode today. It's a special day on Old Style Classics Baseball Cards and other hobbies. And today is Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, just shy of 11 p.m. California time. And I got my old style patch out here to help represent my channel, and we're going to go a little old school, show you this Fleetwood Mac Rumors record mat that I used to do my videos on before I got this little shelf liner that I use on my little lap desk I guess. And I used to do when I didn't have this, I used to put this on there, and I could either use the black side or the white side depending on how the card looked. And what's so special about today, you ask yourself, why you're subscribing, liking, leaving a message, and sharing this with other people. If you wouldn't mind, I'd do the same for you, but it has something to do with that. Today when I was at work, I happened to be looking at my email, and it said you got an email from eBay. As you guys take a look at this here Fleetwood Mac thing with the little Stevie Nicks right there, silhouette. TCB, who's a recent subscriber and has commented on many of my videos, said congratulations on your 100th subscriber. Nice rip on those Bowman cards, and congratulations, or have a nice week. So thanks TCB. I didn't even know I hit 100. I think the 100th person didn't list it publicly, so I can't shout them out. But finally, people, we did it after 8 months, I think. Reached 100 people, and thank you for all you new subscribers, the ones 4 or 5 months ago, and then the people who first signed up to listen to me long-winded talk about cards and other hobbies and concert ticket stubs and books and autographs and different stories and of course baseball cards. And I start to think, dude, you got to do shorter videos because people don't want to listen for 30 minutes or whatever. And then I think I should do 7-10 minute videos and stuff like that. And then I think, oh, the reason I started this was because other people weren't doing these kind of cards, old style cards like Topps Allen and Ginter, Goodwin Champion, Gypsy Queen, Golden Age, those kind of things so much, unless there was breakers, and most everyone else is doing vintage. And I like vintage, but I like modern cards with an old style look to them, and I like pre-war, like dead ball era kind of stuff. I do like vintage, and we'll pick some of that up. But and I love oddball cards. Andre Dawson is my PC. So I was like, I'm not getting a lot of those kind of videos, and most of those were people breaking stuff. So that's why I decided to start my own channel and go more into depth about cards. So that's why I kind of go on a long time, folks. Try to get some short ones in there. But I know it could be a little long, but if you got time, just sit there and you can listen. But I will try to accommodate and do some shorter videos here and there. So I've been on the MSA run of my oddball stuff, but I'm not going to do that tonight because I got an eBay in the mail today, and so I want to get to that. But let's do a little old school, you know, kind of a through time for my old style classics baseball cards channel. So but first, got this from eBay today, and this is going to be a super cool card for my PC. That's why I want to do this. I'm not going to do the MSA set that I wanted to show you tonight, but I want to get to this because this is a card that's in a set that came before Allen and Ginter and was one of my favorite old style classic kind of cards. That I didn't even know he was in this set, but he was in the second series. I knew about the first series, and then I found out that he's actually in this set. so I had to pick that up. And once again, I want to shout out to the Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger for stopping by last night. And you can go back and watch that video if you want to hear Arnold talk about this book that I picked up yesterday. And it's an autographed Arnold Schwarzenegger book. So Arnold stopped in and said he'll be back sometime. And his Be Useful 7 Tools for Life. But for under $30 to get an Arnold Schwarzenegger autograph, especially people in my age range, that's pretty impressive stuff. Alright, so I'm going to show you once again. So we will start off with this MSA card. This is an MSA 1978 Dave Kingman as Chicago Cubs. And I'm a Cubs fan, so this is my first baseball card I ever owned, and I've kept it all these years. We had a Tasty Freeze when we moved from Chicago to Albuquerque, and we had these cards that were still in the store when we took it over. And I remember saving this one because he was a Cub in that set, and so I've always kept this card. And you can go back and watch my MSA Discs Tasty Freeze video. I ended up buying the whole set later on, but this is the very first card that I've owned. And we went to games before we moved to Albuquerque, and so I must have been at a game where Dave Kingman was playing, because I remember we had one of those like signed team balls that was all bleeding, the ink all over, and Dave Kingman was on it. You know, that card's not in perfect shape. It's not in bad shape either. But the other one I got, it's in much nicer condition. But even as a little kid, I was already knew enough to protect that card as much as I could. I think this is just the way I had gotten it. So that's what started me off on the baseball card journey. I don't know if I had cards before this or what. I know we were doing Star Wars cards around this time, and but I loved baseball even as a little kid. Just to go with my grandpa, the family, and my cousins, and that's where it all started, folks. And we're gonna go back a little further than that to show you some stuff from. These are the kind of cards I used to dream about getting when I was a kid, like T206s or Allen & Ginters and Goodwins, and the 1912 T207 little recruit little cigars, tobacco cards, and original like Cracker Jack cards. I was fascinated when I was a kid, you know, in the early 80s and stuff like that. And so this is something I recently was able to pick up this last year since Old Style Classic Baseball cards started. That's a beautiful card. I love those T207s with that brown background. And of course I'm a Cubs fan, so I picked this up recently as well. One of these T202 Hassan triple folders with my Cubbies on there. So these are the kind of things I was fascinated with when I was a kid. Not only that, but of course baseball that was happening at the time. And just by chance, my favorite player growing up that wasn't a Cub was Andre Dawson. And then of course when he ended up on my Cubbies, I was through the roof. It was just, and then he won the MVP that year. And this is his first Topps card as a Chicago Cub, and the 1987 Topps traded. And I never picked up the full traded set back then. I just recently picked that up this year. But I had this card. I've had a couple of these cards ever since then. And this was always my favorite Andre Dawson Club, my card, I should say. He's my favorite player of all time. Even when he was on the Expos, and like I said, when he came to the Cubs, I was just through the roof. And this is my favorite Dawson card for multiple reasons. One, because it's his first image for Topps on the Cubs. I like the Dunross and the Fleer update ones too. But this is the year I really went all in on collecting, was in '87. So I built this, the base set from buying packs. Then I think I got the factory set for Christmas. But I mean, and we went to Chicago that year because I showed you those Cubs cards we got at Baseball Card Day with the original Greg Maddux first card. And so I mean, I was picking up Topps cards in Chicago and Missouri and all places in between there in Albuquerque. Traveling with my grandpa to go to Chicago that summer. And that's my favorite card because that's my favorite Topps set from back then, is the '87 Topps. And so I saw this one, I just figured I'd pick one up in a slab. But I've got multiple, and I love that clean white background on these traded cards. And so that's where my Andre Dawson collecting, I wouldn't call myself a super collector. I'm an Andre Dawson collector. I don't have everything, and I'm not trying to get one of every kind. I just pick up what I don't have or other ones that I like. And my other favorite Andre Dawson card that I actually owned way before this was that '84 Roston Purina card from like Cookie Crisp. I had that, and much like the Dave Kingman card, had kept that. I still have it. That was my favorite card, even though he wasn't a Cub at the time. And that laid me down the path of picking up, other stuff. And like I said, I love Allen and Ginter, so that's why I want to show you these. And I love mini tobacco cards because, like I showed you, I was fascinated with that pre-war era. And that's why I love Topps Allen and Ginter. It just keeps on with that old theme. And I got this Andre Dawson. I'm not a graded person. Like, I don't really buy graded all that much, but obviously if it's something to Dawson that I need, which I really go in on, I'll Dawson on Allen and Ginter cards and stuff. So I picked this up, had a pop of 1 when I got it, so Brooklyn back. But I love Allen and Ginter cards. And then I was able to pick this up a couple months ago. I figure it's time to show that again. My first Allen and Ginter book card, Dawson and Sandberg there, and it's 8 of 10. Andre Dawson wore number 10 with the Expos and I think Boston, and number 8 with the Cubs and I believe the Marlins. So I'm a huge Allen and Ginter fan, and Dawson, so, and I love Sandberg too. So I got that. And then this year I'm doing a pretty good run on these 2023 Allen and Ginters. I got the 101 from Allen and Ginter X there, and some of the red ones. So just to show you, my favorite flagship set. So my favorite flagship is 87 Topps. My favorite other set of cards is the 2006 Allen and Ginter set, which Andre wasn't even in, so there we go. Just to show you guys one of those 2006s. So that's a little rundown of what we kind of stuff that we do here on Old Style Classics baseball cards. I like modern too. I'm fine with that. I just prefer the look of older style cards, but I will do this stuff. So I don't know, I guess let's do the Bowmans first. I'm only so I got 2 mega boxes, and the base cards, the other packs that come with this, there's no numbered autographs or different colored cards. So these are really what you're buying. So I'm going to open these, and then we'll get on to the eBay from a PC. So let's see if we at least get one autograph out of these two mega boxes. Alright, let me put my glasses on here. And let's get to it, folks. So, let's see if Jung Ho Lee, rookie card on these Mojos. So maybe the ones I got last year were actually the regular Bowman. I thought maybe it was the Bowman Chrome Mojo boxes, but I'm not sure. It might just be Bowman now that I think about it. So there you go. Giants fans, rookie card. Feeling like we're getting some repeats. Canario, rookie card for my Cubbies. Alright. Yoshida, yep. So, I may have been unfortunate getting a dual, like a copycat box. Ben Williamson, that looks different to me. First Bowman, so hopefully he'll become something big someday. Had to work about an extra 40 minutes today, but it was a long day because it was 90 degrees out today. But it's supposed to be like 95 tomorrow, so that's gonna suck. Carson Wisenhut for the Giants here. They were just showing on TV right now. The Oakland Ballers played their first home game tonight. So, in the Pioneer League, good luck to them. Alright. Alright, let's hope we get an autograph, people. Bryce Harper. Pretty cool. Riley Green. Alright. Cedane Rafaela, rookie card, rookie of the year favorites for the Red Sox. Drew Jones, oh that's good. Got a Drew Jones prospect card. Feel like he's been a prospect for a couple years now. So no autograph, it looks like, people. James Wood. Reminds me of Family Guy, James Woods. Alright, so there's that. So got a couple decent cards in there. But here we go. So let's go on to the big one that we picked up. And so that's the other thing I was going to say. I forgot to bring it up on a different episode of Old Style Classics baseball cards. But I passed 400 videos, so if you can believe that, as much as I go on and on, I've been managed to do over 400 videos, and I could have done a lot more. But sometimes I don't even do a video just because I don't want another one to get buried. But this will be my 408th video. So I have 407 out there already. So number 408 on the day that we got 100 subscribers. So we'll call this the 400-100 club. So it's like getting 400 home runs and like 100 triples or something, or 100 stolen bases or whatever. So it's my 400-100 club day. And as I said, I love Allen and Ginter, but before Allen and Ginter, these were some of the first old style cards that I really fell in love with. Just a beautiful set. And it's not Allen and Ginter. And like I said, it predates Allen and Ginter. And I just ran into, I don't know, 5 or 6 packs when I was younger. And then never saw them again after that. I'm a huge fan of this set. And good job. Hats off to Fleer. So there you go. put in there. And there is an autograph version of this one I'm going to keep my eyes peeled for. One that was actually autographed, you know, and put into a set or into a pack of cards. And then, of course, there's other ones that are autographed base cards, you know, that somebody had him autograph and then are selling. But I want the one that was meant to be autographed, you know, the one that has the label on the back saying, "Congratulations, you got an autograph of this guy." But of course, who could it be? Centering's not great here, but that's okay. That's my man Andre Dawson on the Fleer Greats. And the first time I ever seen this set, I just fell in love with this set because it's just a beautiful, beautiful set with these borders, the frame. So this 2004, so that's like 2 years before Allen Ginter. Yeah, so like I said, I was buying cards here and there, even back then. But I would only get, you know, 3 or 4 packs here and there. I didn't even know about blasters at the time. So I would occasionally either run into these at the store, I don't know, like Walgreens or Walmart or something. Or maybe I'd stop by that hobby shop. Used to be Bubba's Bullpen in Albuquerque. Or Noble Collectibles. So I don't know exactly where I ran across these cards. But I got a bunch of cards from Fleer Greats, the first series, which had like the Hannes Wagners and Ty Cobbs and all those players. And I believe on the second series, they put more modern big players. Now, Andre wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet. Still 6 years out from that. But I did not know he was in this set, and it's just a beautiful set. This whole thing right here is raised. And then it's got that bronze look to it. Just beautiful cards. Just spectacular set. Classy back. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, folks. You know, I don't know if this is trying to be a tribute to any previous set that I don't know about from the early 1900s or something like that. I don't think so. But that's just a classic old style looking card to me. It's kind of the framed, almost like art. But just Fleer really knocked it out of the park. And Fleer used to always do some really nice stuff. Like in '87, they were like the nice, more expensive cards from that year for like regular cards. You know, I'm not talking about Tiffany or the updates and all that kind of stuff. Fleer was always, at least by '87, they seemed to be like the cream of the crop until like Upper Deck came around. Although I gotta give it to Score. Score really came and changed the game. That first set they did, just all the colors and the fronts and the backs. But that's just a beautiful card. And the minute I saw that, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this. Kind of like those other Cracker Jack cards that are out there right now. It's just eating away at me. I gotta get some of those. But I think I'm gonna have to buy the Bullet and go to check out my cards to get those, so I can get a couple of each of the sets I don't have and just try to lump them together to get the shipping down. Because these other people on eBay are just trying to do like $4.50 shipping on one of those little Cracker Jack cards. But there it is, folks. So there's Andre Dawson. So that's what, of course, why I was going to show you some more Andre Dawson stuff. You know, that's an old style classic looking card. It's even got a frame on there, that stick frame with the ribbon. And obviously my love of old cards, you know, goes back to my fascination with original like tobacco cards and stuff from the beginning. And so just some classy looking things there. I mean, you know, the card size is different and all, but I love that background, the brown there. It's kind of got that color down here that's similar to this color here. Kind of reminds me of an old baseball glove or an old jacket, or it just has that baseball feel and that very classy look to it. And so as the years went on, when I came across something like this, these kind of cards remind me of that stuff, even though right next to each other, they're not like super obvious that they're related, but compared to like Upper Deck or something, or Stadium Club, you can see the connection I'm making, I hope. And I just love that stuff. That's beautiful. So that is one of my favorite sets of cards, and I know that this set, like most cards that are mostly like retired players or old Hall of Famers and stuff like that, aren't usually the most valuable cards, but sometimes they're the most beautiful cards and some of my favorite sets. So for me, I went from this kind of stuff to loving this kind of stuff, which made me fall in love with this stuff. I love Allen and Ginter because instead of being sort of similar, they're just like going, hey, we're gonna do a modern version of what they did in the past. So to me, that's epic. I love it. And hey everybody, I want to say thank you for anybody and everybody who's watching my videos, whether you subscribed or not, for taking the time to listen to me and go on and on. So hey, so in theory, that's the first card, my first baseball card ever. This is my most recent baseball card pickup, because we'll even throw this one in here. First card ever got. The next to last one that I just opened my own self, and the most recent one that I just picked up. So we just got these two tonight. This came right before this, so from beginning to end, and everything else I show you is everything in between, or whatever comes after. So hey everybody, please subscribe and like and all that again. But really, thank you guys. I hope you enjoy my videos, and if not, at least it might help you sleep. Alright, if you're an Andre Dawson fan, this might be the place for you, but I try to keep a lot of different things out there. Other things y'all might be interested in, like, oh, Drew Jones here, because I like this stuff too. Alright everybody, thanks for watching and take care. Bye bye.